Welcome to the Education for Life Institute channel, where we talk about things related to educating children to meet life's challenges. My name is Jaya Putaro, and I am the co-director of the Living Wisdom School here in Nevada City, California, and I'm also part of the Education for Life team.
And my name is Usha Dermond, and I'm a former teacher here at the Living Wisdom School in Nevada City, California, also former principal of our school in Portland, Oregon, and author of Calm and Compassionate Children, and my latest book, Awake and Ready, how to work with energy and motivate anyone. Today, we want to talk about excitement versus happiness. Because, it's really easy to confuse excitement and happiness. When we're excitedly anticipating something, we think, well, we're happy about it, right? But, and it might be a centered kind of anticipation, but often it's an agitated sort of energy. I remember the first time that I became really super aware of this, I had just read something about excitement and happiness being confused. And I walked out of the school that day after the end of the day, and parents and kids were still out in the play area, the parking lot, not having, getting ready to leave. But the kids were just running around wild. Not that they don't always run around, but there was just a wild energy to it. And I thought, what's going on? I could just feel something. I didn't know what. Nobody was angry or anything like that, but it didn't feel calm for sure. And so I asked one of the teachers, hey, what's going on? Why are the kids like this? And she said, oh, so-and-so's having a birthday party this afternoon. Oh, okay. So they were all excited about the birthday party. Nothing wrong with that. But if you are a parent, I'm sure how oftentimes maybe Christmas time or birthday party, kids get really excited, agitated about some coming attraction outside of themselves that's going to make them happy, and they get off their center. And at the end of the day, when it's all over, it ends up that a terrible mood, even crying, even a disagreement. How many of you seen that at the end of Christmas Day? Or it could be anytime kids have gotten worked up. Have you noticed anything like that in your?
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking that, the energy that goes up, it needs to come back to even out. So the more up, then the more down, sooner than later. And I think we all experience this with kids and with ourselves.
Right.
Yeah. And I know sometimes not all kids are excitable that way. And I've seen parents actually excite their kids, and I'm thinking, oh, try to avoid that. And it's with good intention, like, aren't you excited that whatever is going to happen? And maybe instead of that, you could say, are you looking forward to it? Or which part are you looking forward to it? Or what do you think is going to be the most fun part? Instead of building up that energy that,
it's not to let down.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Another way to look at it is, in going back to the title of my book, Awake and Ready. What is the ideal state that anybody, kids or adults, can be in? And of course, the ideal state is something super conscious, that beyond our imagination, probably. But I like to think of it as relaxed alertness. So you're alert, but you're relaxed. So you're alert for the party, what's going to happen? Are we going to play this? Are we going to do that? But there's not that sense of inner agitation. It's relaxation. And in that state, we certainly learn the best. And I think it's really important that parents recognize that when a kid is alert but relaxed and totally engaged, that's another word. And when you're really engaged in something, then you forget yourself. And you forget, the ego goes out the window. You're just totally at one with whatever you're doing, whether it's building a model or playing soccer or drawing, reading, whatever it is. There's that relaxed alertness, one-pointed concentration, where we just forget ourselves. And it reminds me of there's a psychologist, Czechoslovakian psychologist, Mikhail Csikszentmihalyi, I think is his name, Csikszentmihalyi, something like that, who was like one of the fathers of positive psychology. He and Maslow were two of the earliest to look at, rather than looking at aberrations in mentally ill people, they looked at people who were joyful, happy, accomplishing things. They looked at those states, and he called that state flow. And that's how I like to see it or think of it. And it really helped me when I started thinking that way, because I could see when kids were in that state and what things then they really benefited from and loved, and wouldn't interrupt them or would give them more opportunities for those activities. So I think it's really important also to observe ourselves and see when we reach that state of engagement, awake and ready, but not agitated, not overly excited, but rather just engaged. Engaged is the right word for it. So I have a quote from, let's see, is this it? Yes. This is from Demystifying Patanjali by Swami Ananda. And I think this is very much to the point. Modern living leads us to confuse fulfillment with excitement. From excitement, however, ensues tension, and tension causes all happiness to vanish. The thrill of the imaginary happiness that people equate with excitement shatters their nerves and fills them with suppressed fears that emerge with the exhaustion that follows after their emotional jumping up and down. So notice yourself, see if that's true with you, and think about, okay, how can I reach that far better, stable state of true happiness?
Thank you. Well, thank you for joining us today. And if you have any comments and questions, feel free to leave them down in the comment section. If you like this video, find it helpful, gives us a thumbs up and subscribe. And thank you for now. And remember to stay awake and ready to meet life's lessons and challenges and joy.
Bye.